now we got power coming to this GFI outlet, but if I want to turn off the power to the other outlet, I just do this. Got the power turned off by using the GFI as a switch just to leave the power off. And now we're going to wire up an outlet on this side that's on the load side of the GFI, so it's turned off. And we're going to use a USB charging outlet, so I'll show you how to install just a USB charging outlet. It's really quite simple, just as same as wiring any outlet. So the black wire is the hot, the white wire is the neutral, and the copper colored wire is the ground. And so you can see on here there's a silver screw and a gold screw. And so the silver screw is where you attach the white or the neutral wire to the silver screw, and then you attach the black or the hot wire to the gold screw, and then to the green screw you attach the ground. Green is for ground, and so you attach this copper colored one to the ground. So I'll set up my tripod and I'll just show you how I do that. And you can put the wire back in there and then just tighten the screw, and that holds it in place. You can see the hot is black and white is neutral, and there's the ground. So there's also instructions, see GR for ground on the back of that. So wiring a USB outlet is just the same as wiring any other outlet. It's pretty simple. Alright. So, like I said, we'll take the white or the neutral, put it in the back there next to where the silver screw is, and tighten that down. So that's nice and snug there now. It doesn't pull out. You want to make sure that it's nice and snug and it doesn't pull out easily. And you want to cut off about that much of the insulation, about, I don't know, say ½ an inch or 10 millimeters or so. About 1 centimeter. So that's nice and snug on the hot side and nice and snug on the neutral side. And then you take these wire strippers, and there's a little hole in the wire strippers that you can use to create that little shepherd hook or bend in the wire, and then you wrap that around the green screw for the ground, like so. You can pinch it down tighter if you want, and then tighten it down. Nice and snug, very good. And then the only thing you want to be careful about is when you're pushing this in, hold it back in there nice and neat so that the ground wire is nowhere near the other screws. So this screw on the side of each of here could, if it touches the ground wire, could potentially trip the breaker and cause a problem. So it will short out the system. So you just don't want to let them touch. And the wire is carefully placed in there. Sometimes if you want these covers to sit totally flush, you have to bend off those little Mickey Mouse ears because of the nature of the box that we're using. We're using a cut-in box that is not, it's a new work or cut-in or a drywall cut-in box, and so it has these little plastic tabs on the side, and so in order to make it sit totally flat, sometimes you have to bend off these little ears. There's little Mickey Mouse ears on the side that normally you want to keep those on there because they help the outlet stay on top of the drywall, but in this case with these cut-in boxes, it's just getting in the way, so I'll tear that off. That's better. That way it can sit more flat. Sit more flat so that the cover will go up all nice and tight against the wall. And I only take off these little Mickey Mouse ears when I'm using these cut-in boxes. Otherwise, like I said, they're really helpful to keep the outlet from sinking into the box on a normal box that was put in when the house was built. You need those little ears so it doesn't sink into the drywall too much. But with these cut-in boxes, it's usually nice to take them off so it'll sit more flush and look nicer. There we go. That's looking good. This is kind of a unique cover where there's no screws showing. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I guess if you care about screws showing, you can use one of those. Now we've got a nice outlet where we didn't have one before. Got the GFI on this side. And we got another USB outlet on this side. And the USB outlet is GFI protected from the other outlet. And just tying into the power from that switch in the same stud space. It's really easy to add an outlet when you're doing it in the same stud space. You can add multiple outlets in the same stud space. It's not that difficult. So something to consider if you're needing an outlet somewhere. If you have a switch in the same stud space, it's really easy to just drop down from the switch to add an outlet in the same area.